Hello, everyone. How is it going? I'm actually doing my very first solo closing ceremony today, so I'm not going to be joined by anyone else from the team, which feels really wild. But I'm excited to be here with all of y'all. Since I'm joining solo, I think this means everyone has to be extra active in chat today so that I have folks to talk to, since I don't have Ryan to sit here and chat with the whole time. Exactly. I'm not solo. I'm here with all of you. But like I said, really, really excited to wrap up API week. April is for APIs, as we all know. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself before I get too far into the slides today. For those of you I haven't had the chance to meet yet, my name is Mary. I work on first party events here at MLH. And my fun fact today is, of course, that I'm doing my very first solo closing ceremony. And hello, everyone. Excited to see all of you here. Before we get too far into it, I want to talk briefly about what Major League Hacking is. If you aren't familiar with us, we run the global hacker community, and it's our mission to empower hackers just like each and every one of you. By being here today, you are really part of our community of over 1 million hackers all across the globe, and we are here to wrap up API Week. So imagine most of you folks on here are quite familiar with API Week, but this is our second April running API Week. I think it's one of my favorite Global Hack Week themes that we do throughout the year, and it was this really fun week to get to look back and look at all of the projects y'all created, all of the live streams you attended, the really, really hard work that I know everyone put into learning some new skills this week, not only learning how to build with APIs, but how to create your own APIs as well. So let's jump into what actually happened over the past week. Turning back all the way to day one, y'all started working on some web dev APIs with Web3. Shout out to everyone who joined into Web3 sessions this week. I know this is one of those skills that you can take far beyond Global Hack Week. All of the web developers I know that we have in our community. So awesome work there. Yes, love the chats here. Y'all also got to hang out with Jeff from Oracle. I was actually in the background of this workshop. Jeff did a really awesome tutorial on what REST APIs are, shared a ton of awesome information. If you didn't get the chance to check this one out live, highly recommend checking the recording of it out. It's over on our YouTube page. And then in addition to that, y'all got to hang out with Steven and get started on GitHub Copilot, which again, if you have not checked out, highly recommend making sure you do so. It's an AI-paired programming tool. So basically gives you some extra help while you're writing your code. It's very, very useful to use. I love all the comments coming in. Oh no, I don't know which stream you missed, but you can go catch all of them on YouTube. Oh, I love this. Ritvi is such a good mentor. On day two, y'all got to hang out with Newful, and you worked on some security APIs. In addition to that, you hacked on Firebase with David. Now, David's done quite a few Firebase streams. That, again, I think is one of those things that's so nice to have in your back pocket, knowing how to use Firebase. On into day three here, y'all spent some more time with Ritvi on the APIs for art stream. I know it's been a little bit since Ritvi has done one of her art workshops or tracks, so this was awesome to see. I see we have even more Ritvi comments coming in, which is awesome. And I pulled a couple screenshots of the projects that y'all created on Ritvi's stream. So lots of cool code generated art. I know Ritvi is our kind of resident expert on all things that. So loved that. That is really impressive that you wrote it on your phone. What I'm curious, like, what were you using to write the code on your phone? You were using an app? Let me know in chat. In addition to that, y'all hung out with Dimmer and created some of your own servers. Super cool stuff to see. On into day four here. Y'all did a little bit of Node.js work with Alberto. Again, I know this is one of those topics that Alberto is super, super knowledgeable on, and one that he's repeated quite a few times at Global Hack Week. More comments coming in for Dimmer. I'm getting distracted by chat. Y'all also hung out with Carrie and worked on an affirmation app. For those of you who are at, I think it was last month's Global Hack Week, Carrie started this affirmation app and then continued it on this week during API week. So this was very cool to see some of y'all continue working on an old project there. Love this comment for Alberto. Love his GraphQL stuff. I am so happy to hear it. In addition to that mobile app, y'all also worked with Ryan to create your own API. Huge shout out to Ryan for doing this stream. This was an awesome one. I actually got to catch a few minutes of it, which I was really happy to see. Oh, Ryan is so fun. Now that we have 3 Ryans at MLH, I just don't know how to go about differentiating all of them. I've just been calling all of them Ryan, and not giving any sort of extra differentiator there. I agree. All 3 Ryans are amazing. On into day 5 here. Y'all worked on some API testing strategies. This was another one that y'all hung out with Newful with, going over how you can test APIs, not only that you built, but ones that exist out there in the world. Excited to see that. And y'all also wrapped up an API track with Ryan. So you finished that first API that you built all on your own alongside Ryan, of course. And then in addition to that, we wrapped up with Kari, put those finishing touches on the app. I did see someone corrected me in chat. This was from Beginners Week in January, not from last month, which is like kind of blowing my mind that was already that long ago. And I accidentally clicked back. And in addition to that, y'all kept working on the challenges. I saw really awesome submissions throughout the week of the different projects that y'all created. Some really cool Pokemon API usages here, like someone created their own Pokédex. Someone right here created an app that uses one of those weather APIs to let you know what the weather is. I saw this next one here. Someone created a crypto tracking dashboard, so utilizing some of those APIs that can track the price of crypto. Awesome stuff there. And then finally, our last day of Global Hack Week, y'all worked on some authentication apps. So you got to hang out with Ryan yet again and learn a little bit about how to use APIs in a secure way. And in addition to that, you went through some real life API case studies. So Newful did a stream yesterday on some of the real world examples of where APIs are used, so that you know kind of after you leave this week where you can take that knowledge next. So very cool stuff there. And we love to hear it. I didn't get to catch this stream, so that makes me so happy to hear that it was good. Awesome. And then I believe this is the very last thing we did. We wrapped up the e-commerce API track. So David was working on an e-commerce track where you were learning how you can use APIs for sales online and things like that. And we wrapped that one up as well. So lots and lots of tracks this week, lots of workshops, lots and lots of projects. I wish we could capture everything that we did throughout the week here. But this was really just a little bit of a glimpse into what all happened. My apologies. I didn't even realize I had another one. Last one is we wrapped up by exploring some of the web APIs. So this one was with Alberto. Huge shout out to him for wrapping it up. And apologies that I missed that slide. Okay, well, what is actually next? Next month in May, we are running Data Week. So if this is one of your first Global Hack Weeks that you're joining, we do one every single month, and each month we pick a new topic. So next month is going to be all about data. If you enjoyed AIML month earlier this year, Data Week is going to be a really awesome opportunity for you because we're going to have a lot of crossover there with what we're working on during Data Week. So make sure you sign up for that one. And then in June, we are going to dive into all things Web3. We're going to spend the week working on crypto, building Web3 apps, lots of cool stuff there. I know for me personally, this is one of those topics that feels pretty intimidating when I try to dive into it. So I'm excited for us to all go into that one together. It'll be a ton of fun. And then later in July, we are going to be kicking off our 2025 season. Check your inboxes later this week for the announcement on the dates for this Global Hack Week, as well as the link to register for it. But you are able to sign up for both Data Week and Web3 Week right now. I also see this going on in chat, the data or data. I use them interchangeably. Let me know in chat what how y'all pronounce that one. Like I said, you can sign up for those at ghw.mlh.io. I also want to make sure I call out, we have a Web3 apps coming up in just another week. So not this weekend, but the next weekend, we are going to be running a completely online Web3 hackathon right in the Discord server. So make sure you get signed up for this if you are not yet. And then if you want to sign up for any other hackathons, maybe you want to go to an in-person one in your area, make sure you go to mlh.io/events. You can see everything that we have upcoming there. Alrighty, I know we're going to get some questions about this if I don't cover it. So briefly going over swag, there are a couple steps you needed to do this month to earn swag. If you haven't done them yet, don't worry. You still have until tomorrow to do them. So make sure that you are registered and checked into the event. Make sure you've submitted an address, and then you've completed the 3 partner challenges. If for whatever reason you're not able to complete those partner challenges, you can just let us know on the type form that you aren't able to complete them, and we will go ahead and waive that requirement for you. If you aren't sure if you've earned swag or not, you should have gotten an email a couple of hours ago letting you know where you are at. So make sure you just complete any steps that you had not completed already by tomorrow. That is when we will close all the forms and everything, and you won't be able to earn swag after that. If you wanted to earn any bonus swag this week, all you needed to do is check into 5 or more live events. Again, that information is in your inbox as to whether or not you hit that 5 mark or not. If it doesn't look correct, make sure you just open a ticket and we will get you all sorted out there. I have got a bunch of people that I want to give a thank you to. The event would have not been possible without all of the folks who make Global Hack Week possible. So first up, I'm going to start with Ritvi, Newful, and David. All 3 of these folks ran quite a few streams throughout the week. I know a ton of work goes into preparing for those and running them. So a huge thank you to Ritvi, Newful, and David. Next up, I want to shout out Ryan, Dimmer, and Alberto, who also all ran multiple streams throughout the week. I know that's a huge commitment, and we really appreciate it. I think special shout out here for Ryan. This was some of his first streams. He's newer MLHer, so deserves even an extra thank you there for coming out and teaching all a little bit more about APIs. And I saw that all 3 of these folks got quite a few shout outs earlier, which we love to see. Next up, we have Kari and Steven. Kari, of course, continued that track from earlier this year, and Steven ran some awesome events and helped us out on some of those today in Global Hack Week streams, answering all of the questions that y'all brought to him. So huge thank you to these 2. And then, of course, Rosendo and Siddharth. If you are not familiar with them, Rosendo does a ton of work behind the scenes, making sure that all of our partners are successful at Global Hack Week, making sure we can bring these events to y'all completely free of charge. So huge shout out to him. And then Siddharth, if you do not know him already, he does so much work behind the scenes, making sure these events happen. You might have spoken with him if you opened a ticket at all throughout the week or emailed in, but these 2 deserve just huge thank yous for making the event possible. I also want to give a shout out to the partners we had here at this event, GitHub, GoDaddy Registry, and Oracle. I know we got to touch on them a little bit earlier on in the slides, but GitHub, of course, provided all y'all with the GitHub Student Developer Pack. If you haven't claimed that yet, you still have until tomorrow. Highly recommend it. There's a lot of really cool resources in there that you can use. GoDaddy Registry, of course, provided y'all with free domain names throughout the week. So a huge thank you to them. And then Oracle ran an awesome workshop for y'all last week and provided some really cool challenges. So we really could not have done it without these three partners. Make sure you go and check out all of the things that they're offering to y'all. Alrighty, and with that, that was API week. I feel like this went so fast since I was doing it solo. But thank you all so much for joining us this time around. If you aren't signed up for next month yet, make sure you go and get signed up, and we will see you there. And I will hang out for a second in case there are any questions. But it was lovely getting to hang out with y'all. Alrighty, happy hacking, everybody.